It's the Frosty Banks Show.
Frosty Banks.
Yeah.
Frosty Banks. Word up, Frosty Banks. Word up, Frosty
It's the
Banks.
Frosty Banks Show.
Frosty Banks.
Yeah.
Frosty Banks. Word up, Frosty Banks. Word up, Frosty
It's the Frosty Banks Show.
Frosty Banks.
Yeah.
Frosty Banks. Word up, Frosty
It's the Frosty Banks Show.
Frosty Banks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forgive yourself for your thoughts, your faults, and your mistakes. And move on. Les Brown. To grow to another level, you must do things that you normally never do. But forgiveness towards yourself is very key. Just know it is worth it in the end. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Frosty Banks. If this is your first time, welcome to the Frosty Banks Show. Here, you never know what you're going to hear. But I promise you, you will be enlightened. On this platform, I bring social issues that we have amongst close friendships. And I cipher through the conversations that we have, and that it is important for me to share. And I do ask before I come up on the air, and I give it to you. But there was something that happened to me, and I'm reaping the benefits of it. Living in my own truth. I'm only being myself. And when I made a sound decision to do that, I felt that I was standing on the glass and it broke. It shattered to pieces. You know, that is very, very, how can I say? The ability to look at yourself in a broken mirror and put your life back together without those pieces is very imminent for your success. I can no longer transcend in the dark that I put myself in. I'm carving a brand new life that has a brand new picture for me to recall my reality. The last episode, we talked about patience. This one, we're going to talk about forgiveness. I did something wrong. And I don't know if I ever get the chance to get it back. And there were so many factors that led to it. For right now, I feel that whatever happens from here, just grow, learn from it. I'm not going to go into any details, but I put myself on a restraint. I stopped doing the things that I love to do. I stopped trying to be something. I don't know. But in that moment of clarity, I decided enough is enough. I'm not trying to play victim. I acknowledge what I did. I got forgiveness out of it. And then I was told, yo, forgive yourself. And I was like, wow. But I'm at the point where, do I really want to forgive myself? I should, right? During this time by myself, I understand that I needed it. There's no period, there's no blank state. It's just you needed it, you got it done. Now, stand. So I was like, man, stand. See, when we pray and ask for forgiveness, those factors start to turn wheels into motion. We already know that we are being forgiven. That just point blank, period. That shows growth, elevation. The fact that you acknowledge that you're being forgiven. But true elevation and growth is when you forgive yourself. I have a problem. And I address that problem. And in the midst of me addressing that problem, I found that many other problems. Because you start to figure out layers upon layers upon layers upon layers that whatever action that you took, there's a reaction. Everybody knows that. That's just the laws of physics. You know, what comes up must come down. What goes left always going to come right. You know, what you do for today is going to benefit you for tomorrow. We understand that factor. Now, here's some several keys of learning how to forgive yourself. Number one is mean it. Do you see it? Do you cold-heartedly believe in what you're trying to forgive yourself for? And once you do that, you're going to start to understand that, hey, I did it. I acknowledge it. Now move on. And it hurts. It's like, you know what? And then it goes back to you loving yourself. I love myself. I love myself, the fact that I chastise myself even harder than other people actually do. My good friend, one of my best friends, he was like, man, the only person who's going to stop you is you. You got no time to stop. And while me going through these transitions and we was talking, I was saying, man, I have some work to do. I'm building a better version of myself daily. I'm not perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect. But I must acknowledge forgiveness on each and every action that I do. It becomes back null and void. I'm able to correct it, seal it, and let it go. Man. Number two is, this is a hard one for me. Because after you forgive yourself, breathe. It's okay. It is okay. Just breathe. You're already going through the consequences on what you done did. Just take a deep breath. Relax. And then start over. No matter how it is, just start over. And it's okay. When you're in a relationship with someone, it takes work. You must do what you need to do inside a relationship. You formed a bridge of trust that's part of the foundation. And that open communication must be there. And then once you figure out within whatever relationship that you have with the other person to keep it and building it. But once something goes out, a support beam, and you look around, you be like, man. And then you just look at, okay. You're accepting it. Just breathe. You put yourself in this mess. And then you allow it, whatever situation is, let that last breath go. Let that last piece of energy go. Let it evaporate. Let it be for whatever it is. And then from there, here's the final step. I know. Move on. Don't look back. Because when you start to look at that situation over and over, you're not forgiving yourself. You're now allowing yourself the time to exercise your breathing. And just let it happen. You digress. And then now you're moving on. You're focused on something else. You know you made a mistake. No matter how big the mistake was, it happened. So what? Grow from it. Move on. A perfect movie for this. Finding Nemo. Yeah, it's a children's movie, but I have a soft spot for animations, different types. The father had to learn how to forgive, because for me, that's what Finding Nemo really was. It was a story about forgiveness. When you look at it, he never forgave himself of several things. The death of his wife. And if you ever paid attention to how Finding Nemo is, it's basically the way that Walt Disney made every single format of the old. There's always been one parent. Finding Nemo to me is like another form of Bambi. Just hear me on that. Just hear me on this one. But it goes all back to what I'm talking about is about forgiveness. I'm going to focus on the father. When Nemo was born, he was that small little fin. His father was being scared for his son. Because like I said, he lost his wife. We don't know how, but he lost his wife. He's a single parent father who has a son with a challenge, but he grew up in a world where he should be okay, But his father's insecurities got to the best of him. He wasn't secure with himself. And through all the things of swimming, getting to find him, his son, he finds himself. Especially with the scene where he's been confronted an issue about letting his son go, allow him to be the type of fish that he needs to be. He's taking it out on Dory. Especially when they finally get to the Australian current. And through the whole midst of this, he has self-reflection. His self-reflection, he needs to forgive himself. Because he was only taught one thing, and he was scared of the big ocean. And through that journey, look at him. He saw sharks up close and personal. He saw some jellyfish. He saw some turtles. A humpback whale. Sydney, Australia. He did all that. And then at the end, he got back home. He let all his pain went away. All of his pain. And he realized he was being a perfect parent. I mean, there's not no such thing as a perfect parent, but for his situation, he was being a perfect parent. And that's very, very, very wonderful. It's amazing how certain movies like that allow us to learn and grow. If that can't get to you, I'm going to give you a song. What song should I give you guys today? I know I'm a stickler for songs. Miley Cyrus, Mountains. When she says there will always be a moving mountain. Man, you're saying, how does that pertain to forgiveness and forgiving yourself? When you stumble and once you focus on that situation, there's going to be another one ahead of you. But forgiving yourself on that situation, allow that to be the oomph that you're going to need to get to the next one. And when she was saying this, and it's true, there's always going to be another battle. That's part of life. Life is about growing, being happy with yourself. And if you're in a relationship, you being happy with that person. It's amazing. And for me, I'm forgiving myself. Now I'm allowing things to breathe. And then now, while I'm breathing, I'm working. I'm working for my future, for my why I'm doing this. We had that conversation before, y'all. Why am I doing certain things? What is your why? What is your reason? What is that zeal that gets you up in the morning to do what you have to do? I know my why is. My why is to put food on the table. Some people say, oh man, that's common. That's common. But my food is different from your food. See, the food I'm talking about is knowledge. And that's something that is tangible. I'm at the point in my life that I don't look at materialistic things as value anymore. I used to gloat and say, hey, I got this. I got this. That shit don't fly no more. Can I take that? Can I take it with me, put them in my pocket? Can I take that with me if I die? No, I can't. But it's how I treat others. How well that they want to remember me, good or bad. It really doesn't matter. And if I did something wrong, because a person did forgive me about it, and right now, I'm just working. I'm putting in that work. And that's the only thing I can do is just put in work and let my work speak for itself. I'm able to strive. My food is, like I said, my food is different from your food. Everybody's food different from your food. My food is a type of success where my nieces and nephews can eat. My future wife, my future kids can eat. Today I saw something today, and I'll never forget the fact that Kev on stage living out his dream and he's has something that I'm striving for. It took him some years, but look where he's at. I said, that's evidence of faith. I said, oh man, I yes. So I'm enjoying this alone time. Because when I tell y'all it's about to be off the chain, it's about to be off the chain. Don't worry about it. See, a lot of times the universe will make you do a pause. And it will wake you up. And when it wakes you up, that lets you know that you're about to do something. And now, just watch. When you're faced with something, just watch. Let me tell y'all something. And this is another example of forgiveness. Y'all remember the movie Rocky Balboa? When the son in the film, he was making excuses. Because he really didn't know what he wanted to do, what he wanted to be. He wanted to be better than his father. And he just kept on hearing, oh, you such and such son, you Rocky's son, you Rocky's son. Because he knew he doesn't want to be a boxer, because he saw what happened to his father. But in that movie, when he goes back, he said, I'm paraphrasing on this one because it really gets me when I do this, because I think about this line all the time, and sometimes I put my own words in. Forgive me for fumbling. Rocky says to his son, life is going to hit you harder than I will. It's all about not how hard you can hit, but as how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. And that is how winning is done. In my situation, I'm not going to lie, I was pretty messed up. I didn't know how to talk. I did not know how to see my way out. Yeah, that's another gem for you too as well. Because when you're forgiving yourself, you have to learn how to see your way out through any situation. I felt my world was crashing down. We all been through there. And when you're explaining your situation, I needed to vent. Some people say it was you playing victim. Some people, I'm just like, I don't know what to do, but I just need someone just to listen. Because if I say it to myself, I'm not registering it. And that's what I did. I went to seek help. And I got what I needed through multiple sources. You gotta keep the things tight. And then when an issue was being addressed, and then the playing field has been set, because now you're addressing your issue with the person that I messed up with. Let's put it like that. The person said what they had to say. Now it's clear. And in the midst of that, while I was being clear, I'm forgiving myself. And in the midst of that, I'm being labeled. And forever in that person's mind, I'm going to be that. So now I have to work twice as hard not to be that. And so now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to let it be. I destroyed something. And in that midst of everything, I'm standing on top of the rubble. To me, it's amazing when a foundation is being broken. It allows you to go to the deep rooted of things and replant new soil. And in the midst of that, the foundation becomes strong as long as you allow it to be. And then as I'm moving the rubble to get to the soil, to get to the root, I analyze and I reflect. Now it's time to plant. And then from there, proceeds. Hey, just try it. Move in silence. Frostbites. I want to open an apology. I know when this comes out, you'll be more intrigued of what's really going on. I'm keeping that behind closed doors, but I'm apologizing to you guys because of my actions. I don't want to feel like it's making you guys led astray. And as I've forgiven myself, I hope you guys forgive me. And I promise you guys, this will never happen again because the show must go on. When I finish, if I stop, it's because I'm dead. So every single breath in my body, I am going to be here, giving you all the love, enrichment, and cherish. I know this is it's only fair. Maybe through Beyond the Years, I will discuss this episode probably again. But until then, forgive yourself. Acknowledge what happened. Move forward. And that's the best advice I can give. We all done things that we should not have done. We're getting up there in age. Hey. But you know what? I have a chance to start over. If this is my chance to start over, then damn it, I'm taking it. I'm seizing this opportunity. I'm seizing this moment to start things new. On this platform, other platforms, whatever I'm doing, I'm starting new with a brand new renewal of my mind. I promise y'all, this is different. And I'm being me. I'm being Frosty Banks. There's no other person than ever. I took a step back. I dusted myself off. Now it's time to go to work. And I oblige y'all to do the same. It's okay. It is okay. But guess what? You off the canvas. I'm going to tell you something that Les Brown said. He said, if you can look up, you can get up. That to me is something so powerful. And that's the fuck I'm doing. I have the ability to get up and do what needs to be done. Hey, y'all, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. I let a lot of things go. I let a lot of things slide and trying to say, you know what? That's not me, X, Y, and Z. But hey, if I can't be real with y'all and be real with myself, especially to myself, change your mindset. After forgive yourself, change your mindset. Because that's going to help out greatly. And that's all. That's it. I told myself I'm not worried about anything. I got it. One day at a time. Okay, Frostbites. I want you to do something. Do something. And this is for me. If you did something to someone, call that person up. Let them know what it is. Receive whatever it is that they're going to say back. You may not have the answers to all the questions that they're going to say. Because I sure didn't when I talked to the person I did. I'm just being honest. But I sat there and I took it. And now I'm moving. What I want y'all to do is do that same thing. Go talk to that person. Ask for forgiveness. If they give it to you, cool. If they don't, it's fine. But the fact that you got it off your chest to move forward, that is all that matters. It really is. Because now you can go to the next level. Sometimes the reply and the rebuttal will not be what we want. But you know what? Put in work. That's all. Just put in work. So that's your homework, y'all. That is your homework. I love you guys. Keep shining. Just know that we the coldest out of the bunch. But you know why? Y'all the Frostbites. Peace out, Frostbites.